Yeah, the average car comes with at least 30 different computers now,
Yeah,
right? And we're going towards plug and play. You plug your diagnostic system in, something is wrong, you download the software. That's just basically it.
yeah. What happens if the computer doesn't respond properly to that diagnostic? So,
Exactly. Then you're going to need, critical thinking comes into play right there.
right. That's one of the things I think will always necessitate the knowledge worker. So back in the day, you were talking about the need to memorize that book and that manual,
Yeah.
and the IT guys might be pushing to make it easier and more fluid,
Hmm.
but I think you're always going to need a knowledge worker in some way, shape, or form, regardless of what you try to bake into uh, systems to make them more viable to be diagnosed and fixed. You
Yeah.
still need somebody who understands how the big picture is.
Okay. But based on your experience, would you be able to compare the many DMS systems that you've seen out there to see, like, not that I wanted to say this one is better or better than the other one, but just to give a comparison of what they have done so far and how they have helped the end user.
Sure. So you have standard organizations who will do that review for you. Companies like Capterra and Gartner, that's what they do,
Mhm.
right? You look into the industry, and you analyze the feature sets as well as the ease of use and the functionality, the raw functionality and the support, and you come up with a overall score, and
Yeah.
you compare those scores. And that comparison, as it's progressed through the years, has meant the demise of certain companies that weren't able to adapt and evolve. So
Exactly. Yeah.
you have DBS in the early years that, because it was so focused on a server side architecture, when the pivot came to having um, like compute power at the end user platform, they weren't able to adapt. So, as you said, dealer man went the way of the world. so, so you end up with systems like Fraser and SAP and ADP that were able to provide that additional feature functionality, that additional robustness, um, in terms of expanding out of just order processing parts, and give you stuff like the HR component, login capabilities, um, reporting capabilities that were a little bit more malleable. Um, Currently, what's happening now is that if you're not able to extend your functionality into the web space, which everybody expects you to do, you're going to run into difficulties. So platforms like Dealer Track and Dealer Center and Abcode, they all have embraced that, and they're looking for um, pushing to that Web 2.0 paradigm.
Mhm.
What happens after this is you must now use the same kinds of IT paradigms that exist now that we spoke about before, and bake those into your existing systems to expand the reach and the viability of those systems, because that impacts on the ability of the the dealer to occupy spaces that the end user's expectation is that you will occupy that space. They want to be able to hop on their mobile device, check information relating to availability, whether or not product review, be able to socially integrate. Those are things that they're kind of like, I need this.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
next round of software that we are looking to get from the platforms has to be able to cater to that need of social viability, as well as the check the original or the regular boxes.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. And I think it's already here. So, well, some aspect of it,
Mm-hmm.
because I went to a local garage in my community, and when I checked the vehicle in, they were able to send me, well, the system was able to send me that the technician is now working on my vehicle. And then you
Yeah.
could see pictures of the various areas that he checked. You see the engine, you see the body, and the various check marks, fluid, brakes, the works. And then you get a detailed report of everything that he has checked so far, and then tell me when, and then you get another text outlining what was done, what is expected, the next mile, the next maintenance, and the price and everything. And after all that, then you get your invoice, right? And then you get a phone call from the service advisor. So I think we're already there, but a lot of people still don't understand the what it takes to get from where we were to
So
where we are now. Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Programmatically speaking, though, there is a lot more in store. I mean, you hear about stuff like deep fakes and all of that stuff, but people don't realize that that pivots into real world applications above and beyond the nefarious. So you might find that your contact point, which used to be a person,
Yeah.
telling you XYZ, might be the next time around an automated service advisory.
Hmm.
It might be something like a text message to be a timely reminder to bring back in your
Yeah,
car.
I've been getting that a lot. Yeah. Yeah. We're
um,
we're already there. Yeah.
yeah, you're going to see additional stuff, rolling into the service offering of these platforms based on utilization, based on observed flows, based on best practices that not only individuals would have determined, but you know artificial intelligence will look at the pre-existing workflows and see which would be the optimized response and optimize for that.
Hmm.
So I expect the levels of integration and scalability to just keep on, marching along that line.
Marching along. Yeah. Just like the industry itself, it's not waiting
No.
any at all. And I saw a report, just to add this one final observation. Was watching the news the other day, and they had so many. I think this was in California, and they had so many self-driving automation cars on the road, blocking traffic and all of that. They said one person said she counted at least 20 on her street, just going round and round and round. Yeah. So that is basically where the technology is heading right now.
Yeah, yeah. It. I remember watching an interview with Elon Musk on where he saw the industry going, um, and I think we hold fast to the belief that transportation is going to be this personal thing, that each individual is going to buy their own car, service their own car, whatever. Um, but he was mentioning something that I thought in the past 5 years has become more true than before. Our expectations for things like car share, car ride services has increased tremendously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what we've actually become very comfortable with is transportation as a service that you pay on either a lease system or a payment plan, like almost the way Uber does it. Now, if you extend the concept of autonomous travel onto that same comfort level, it's almost like you don't need to own your own car. You might end up just paying into a membership platform that provides transportation from point A to point B
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah. I've seen that. I think some of the luxury brands have started it.
Yeah, so we'll see what that actually means at the end of the day, because if it becomes a commodity that you actually just subscribe to, what does that mean for how the industry pivots to support that?
Hmm. Hmm. The sky is the limit where the industry is at, and we it will one one old adage would say to us, it's a good time to be alive to witness all of these things. But at the same time, now we have to try to find some way how to survive um in these trying times. But
Yeah,
the fittest will always survive. That's how I see it.
yeah,
But
that's true.
Fillmore, I want to thank you very much for, taking this opportunity to explain the transition of how the technology has assisted the dealerships right throughout, and where we were, where we are now. And at the same time, now I know that more improved things are coming to assist the industry itself. Mind you, it has made us lazy, but at the same time, yeah, it has made us. Yeah, I can say that it has made us lazy based on where we were, where we are now. But
Mhm.
I think the best, still the best is yet to come.
Can't wait to see what that ends up being. In some ways, there's a fair bit of trepidation on my part too, but I believe in the positive potential of the human condition. I think we're going to end up somewhere better. And you have to actually believe that, because otherwise you end up with this unhealthy fear of the future. So I'm hopeful, and I'm positive that we'll be able to positively impact on how the industry progresses forward.
Oh, definitely so. Definitely so. On that note, I will end tonight's broadcast, but we will definitely catch up again so we can continue this conversation to go deeper into the usability in terms of each position within the dealership itself,
Mhm.
all the various departments uses the technology, how they interact with each other, and the interface that is needed for to enhance the innovativeness of the industry itself.